We're here. We're here. It's very bittersweet. I'm very excited to share what's coming. Welcome to the finale of the main story of the house in Fata Morgana. Seems like just yesterday we started this game. This year's gone by really quickly. As it always does, but I feel like this especially just flew by, even though it really didn't. It's 5 full months of content. So first, if you made it this far, thank you. Thanks. If you are watching this for the first time, get ready. This is very emotional. My heart's already pounding. We get some funny stuff first, though, don't worry. Thank you for watching these. Consider supporting this game and its creators. They're working on a new project. I think that's really awesome. Very talented group of people. And I just want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for making this game. And I'll repeat more of these things and say more at the very end, so... as far as trigger warnings go, not really too many. I guess maybe existentialism. And maybe foul language. And I would say also just trauma in general will be discussed. But we are over the height of the violence and all that stuff. If you remember last time, we finally got Jacopo's story, the truth out of him. And we discovered the truth of the white-haired girl, that she was modeled after Michelle because of Morgana's admiration for him. And we had to destroy her in order to save Morgana and the rest of the residents in the mansion. That includes, hopefully, Giselle, who we've not seen in a while. I apologize, first of all, if you can hear any bass in the background. One of my neighbors is blaring their bass. It's really annoying. Normally I don't care. Even during a stream I don't usually care, but it's just like the repetitive rhythm over and over again. I don't know. Anyway, so we've convinced Morgana to release the souls in the mansion. She refuses to forgive them, but she doesn't really need to. Because she just needs to release them, to release herself. Because out of everyone she's cursed, she has hurt herself the most. So let's get into this. Oh my god, okay. Hand in hand, we traveled the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. We crossed through the living room, making our way to the back garden door. Yeah, you know we're gonna do this in order. So little Mr. Melrose. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers. What am I supposed to say to them? If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though. So if you would, try to hear them out. I'm not looking forward to this. It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens can possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up, so up we go. Let's go then, I suppose. A hollow breeze brushes through the grave-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns toward us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana. We're here to free your soul. Michelle. You forgive me for what I did, Morgana.
No, I don't. All this means is that I'm done cursing you.
Either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused.
What's done is done.
I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did.
I know now why you did what you did. Why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice, but as the girl you actually sold out, those are words you'll never hear from my lips.
Fair enough.
Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Do you not resent me for punishing you in spite of that?
Huh?
I presume you're now able to recall everything. Both your first life and the second one I subjected you to, when the house was called Rose Manor.
Yeah.
What happened then was the result of my wish. You have every right to despise me.
The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless.
The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off, though. And it was because of me that she ended up at the mansion. My wish was to see her life utterly ruined. And in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate.
Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michelle wouldn't have had to get hurt either, if only I'd had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Michelle here, huh? How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe?
Creativity is not your strong suit, is it?
She would happen to be around, would she? She has departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say, she's returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever. That's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you made your feelings quite clear.
Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature.
Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything.
I am going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place.
Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say. To you, Michelle. To me. It was a little hazy, but I did kind of get to see what you were up to till just a little while ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. guess this is goodbye.
Farewell now, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Goodbye, Morgana.
You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things.
Amen, Morgana. That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret's so overwhelming you don't want to believe you could do something so awful, that some outside force must be to blame. So I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology.
Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul waits.
Goodbye, Mel. Goodbye, Melly. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet. The air is still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood. Just darkness reaching ever downward.
I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time.
I don't mind. Why?
I'd rather not be scared.
It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack.
I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong.
So that's what I am to her.
We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain.
Yeah, I know, you put me through it, remember? You don't have to remind me. Yeah, Michelle even remembers it.
I have to say, I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower.
Look at that little smile. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If you were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind.
I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him.
If you say so, then off we go.
She has zero faith in Yukimasa, understandably. This guy cut off her fucking arm. I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter. And as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. Hey, honey. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember.
It's back to normal.
I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl.
No, I do not. Not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I. White hair, red eyes, they even have almost the same name.
I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful. I'm gonna hold up a mirror to your face, Yukiwasa. Don't pretend you look any more approachable.
He's not even half the man you think he is.
Was that really necessary, Morgana? Yukimasa's like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. He is a man. He's indisputably a man. No matter what reason you have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, what brings you two down here?
We're here to free your soul.
You're forgiving me?
Absolutely not. However, I've decided there's no point in punishing you any further.
I see.
You are, in no uncertain terms, one of the most evil men I have ever encountered.
But Morgana, he's a little meow meow. He's baby. Sorry. I can hardly argue with that.
Should you so desire, I can eradicate you.
Morgana, what are you?
Let me finish, Michelle. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others.
You're right, and that would probably be for the best. The world would be better off without me. And I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear.
As you wish. Then I will release your soul.
Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you were to blend it. So in my next life, I won't be a killer.
I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best.
I will.
Farewell, Yukimasa. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere.
Farewell, Morgana.
Bye, Yukimasa. He's not the only one who derived pleasure from others' pain. It's strange. Setting them free, I feel like a weight's been lifted. Like I'm the greatest villain of them all.
Perhaps by forgiving me, you can come to forgive yourself.
But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up to now?
The first step toward moving on.
And you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you? Your brother who made a mockery of you? Your eldest brother who took your life? Your mother, so unwilling to accept you, she burned you at the stake? The villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch? Your father who raped the woman you love? Could you forgive them?
If they were willing to repent.
And if they weren't? What if they showed up intent on causing you more pain?
Then
I suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free.
Bye, Yukimasa /swordsman /bestia. Bye, Pauline. Goodbye, Javi. Sorry you only had one door.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Is Giselle really there with you? Because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know. But I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure? Her soul hasn't extinguished?
She's here. I'm certain of it. Lost somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we purge that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her.
I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me. But I hope you see her again.
I will. And thank you.
I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle.
Oh, that's so cute!
Although, I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you've spent several hundred years with.
Just attached. Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself.
I can only hope.
The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the two cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiards balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door. Perhaps she's tense. Shall we? Her hand in mine. I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quickly finding his composure and marching toward us, determination in his step. The shadows dissolve, revealing the man. Morgana. Your face. It healed.
It did.
It's been a long time coming. Would you look at that? Not a letdown. Was it him that healed you?
Yes, it was him.
Or I'll be. I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor.
You lost that qualification.
Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. It's still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish. Even if it means being cursed for all eternity.
I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it from me. No curses, no forgiveness. Nothing.
So you're cutting ties completely.
Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far too long ago.
I know.
Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore.
I bet.
I'm going to release your soul now.
Could you hold off on that a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate or even accept. But if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it anyway. So I ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana.
Fine.
The girl with the white hair. My wife.
Michelle, what of her?
Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw her, first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what I had been missing from my life. That I had finally found what I'd been searching for. And now, I know why. Because I felt you in her. The memories of you ingrained on my soul.
You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held a knife to her throat.
You're right. You're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've got no right to ask anything of you, I know. But could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask. I can't do it.
I should. I know I should. That it would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now.
Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Goodbye, Morgana. Hate that guy. Somebody made a great meme. It's like, why I love Morgana, and it's like paragraphs, and then it's like, why I love Jacopo. I hate him. Oh, it's never been more true. Oh, that's like a slap to the face every time. You couldn't have done anything more for him.
Such as? I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated.
I know, Jacopo's smile, right? Like, fuck. When he sincerely smiles, it's just like a knife straight into my earlobe.
But the things he did to me, they eclipse all that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that.
Couldn't you you at least put a little hope in your next lives? That maybe you two could try again?
No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again. Ever.
And if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once?
I suppose. Though my salvation, Michelle, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may all have been an illusion, constructed from the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them.
Nonetheless, is it unfair of me to wish you'd shown him that smile instead? Morgana.
Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now? The front door should open now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house?
Well, goodbye, Jacopo, and goodbye, Maria. There's one more thing I want to do before we leave. There's still one more soul that needs releasing.
My guide.
Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall, where the landscape painting hangs. You didn't think we'd leave him behind, right? You told me to come back if I ever figured out your name, Georges.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
How'd you figure out it was me?
Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Well, granted I didn't recognize you at first.
It's not every day your big bro widens up as a painting, huh?
Came as quite the surprise when I finally made the connection.
I'll bet it did. Hold on a minute. You two are brothers?
I assume you knew.
Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michelle. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion. Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear. Forever. Well, yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in cursing them. Ah, that's some good news.
You seem to get along surprisingly well with her. I don't know about that, Michelle.
Time out the hoo-ha, nobody else to talk to will do that to you. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much. You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer for hours on end? The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into.
Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting?
That she was. I just tossed her right in without even asking.
Why would you get rid of the key to my room?
I had no use for it. And being in that room was made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. Couldn't stand it. Sure glad she only tossed the key, though. It would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it. I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there.
So she ignored him for hundreds of years? Yeah, wouldn't you?
I understand now what you meant, Michelle, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here because it's a place deeply bound to your soul.
I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is one day I was just here. Here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Michelle. George, would you be so kind as to let me apologize? I know quite well how sorry you are. And you've already apologized once besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again has reminded me what kind of person you really are, George. You didn't mean to hurt me. Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she'd sent it off to you, I didn't really think anything of it. It never even crossed my mind to think about how you felt out there, all alone. It's the kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even once occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michelle. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is, sorry you got stuck with such a dope for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds, and I would have realized what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's the matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day saying, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. I'm gonna drag that be. I'm real sorry, bro. It's okay, George. I forgive you. Thanks. I wanted so badly to see you in DDA again, George. And while I didn't get that chance in life, I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now. I remember a time when Georges Bollinger was not triggering to me. It was a long time long past. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form. But knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart. What on earth was that? I'm trying my damnedest not to burst into tears. Same. Same, honey. I don't think it worked very well, though. Does the canvas look wet? Did you feel it for me? I think I'll pass. Not feeling up for any brotherly love. Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same George I always knew. Changing ain't really my thing, after all. I suppose it isn't.
This doesn't sit right with me.
What? Why not?
You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michelle. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me.
I've moved past that, though.
Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him.
Do what?
Scrawl your anger all over that ridiculous painting.
But I'm not angry. Now that's a damn fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michelle. George? Go on, hit me with everything you got. Scribble away. Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with. Just use your finger and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for? He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he?
He more than deserves it, Michelle.
Bring it on, Michelle. This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you.
Oh my! Now that is downright ghastly.
What?
You might actually have potential, Michelle. Voodoo dolls are the last thing I expected from you.
4 of them at that.
And a demonic being alongside them.
Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michelle. It's him and Giselle and his brothers and ugly speckles. I low-key want this as a tattoo, but I don't think there's a good way for me to like strip this. I don't know, maybe if yeah, I'll have to take a screenshot of that on like my Switch or something. That's not what I drew at all.
What? Then what is it?
It's not important. Now that that's finished, I think it's time we all took our leave.
Oh, I can come too? Oh, I might need a little help with that, Michelle. As you can see, walking ain't one of my talents.
It's alright. I'll carry you.
Careful taking me off my hook. By all means, feel free to drop him, Michelle.
Oh, George and Morgana have some of my favorite character interactions. I can't believe you have to wait till the very end of the fucking game to get them. Oh.
I must say, that is a rather amusing sight.
It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man turn painting being hauled down a spooky hall by his little bro. George.
It does make me wonder, though. Are you two really brothers?
First of all, this is my favorite Morgana smile. Second of all, there is a theory that he is a bastard child because he doesn't look anything like his brothers. And he's very short. So, I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know.
I have a hard time believing you even share a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michelle.
We are brothers, right, George?
Whoa, don't you start questioning it too, Michelle. We're absolutely positively 100% brothers.
She has a good point, though. We don't even look that much alike.
No shocking family plot twists here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michelle.
Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, George, not me. Yeah, see, everyone has this thought, like, You're
not gonna let go of this, are you?
I'm just playing with you.
Oh my god, you just laughed.
Yes.
What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details.
An ordinary laugh.
Is the world ending?
It's not that big a deal. I laugh just like everyone else.
No, you most certainly do not.
Nope, you definitely don't.
Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew and loved. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from her favorite witch, too? And no cackling, that doesn't count. Excuse me? Why would you want me to?
Because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus, now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. George, stop. Go on, give me your big ol' grin.
Not happening.
Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michelle. What do I have to do with anything? You can do it for old Michelle, can't ya? Show him those pearly whites, girly.
Well, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michelle, but only him. Excuse me? Was that supposed to be my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that.
Look at you, all puffing your cheeks and red in the face. George, try not to tease her too much. I don't know how anyone can stand you.
It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood.
You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean we have to make it a somber and uptight affair.
I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up.
That's one of my favorite lines in the whole game, because it's so true. She's got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I?
Anyway, shall we be off now?
That we shall. The witch and all her band of merry men departs.
I'm not sure if one person in a talking painting constitutes a band.
George and Morgana Bro TV, so true. So true, bestie. Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness. And then I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Oh boy. Boys. Am I right? Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved Georges as well, we make our way to the mansion's entrance hall. The large door stands there, firmly shut, holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations. But that time is almost at an end. The door ready to be opened. To end the cycle and begin anew.
Being a painting for all these years, I never realized just how big a place this was. All I ever got to see was a hallway and maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feels like I'm on an adventure exploring a whole new world. A very, very dark world.
Michelle, would you mind shutting him up?
If only it were that simple.
Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life.
That would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and place to be chatty. Are you aware of where we are right now?
The entrance, by the looks of things.
Precisely! The end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door. And you're chatting away like it's another day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity, if you would.
I'm starting to notice you're rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana?
This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed.
Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we.
And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on. And so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end.
Well said, Michelle. If I had feet, you'd have just swept me right off them.
George, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall.
Now, let's not do anything hasty.
Oh, for God's sake. You're the guide. So let's go, then, shall we?
One thing I want to note really fast, I know it's like a moment, but I do find it fascinating when Morgana takes God's name in vain, because she was the saintess, but she, like, clearly, upon her death, doesn't believe in any of that anymore, and is, like, now very, like, nah, God probably isn't real, and I think that's a really interesting development, because it's very 180. Morgana's right. There's a severe lack of gravity to the affair. But thanks to George's lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever-playful interactions bring me back to when I was alive. To when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the times we had together. Of the admiration I had for them. Of me chasing after them. Nothing can possibly replace those days. And I'm glad I had a chance to reflect on them, if briefly, before the end. I take a few steps forward, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana steps up beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness. The light we seek, that we've long sought. I've taken a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on its hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds. Crucify the impure. We take one step back, then another. What we find outside is not a blinding realm of light, but churning blackness and the stench of blood and rust. Metal clinks, growing louder with each heavy footstep of the approaching night. Death, to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights, hanged upon the cross, purified by the light fires of heaven. Death.
What's going on? I never summoned this thing.
Even though we're no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, but a frightened young girl. Placing my arm around her shoulders and pulling her in, I stare, half dumbfounded, at the night. It is our holy duty, as knights of the Church, to deliver punishment unto the heathen. The night draws nearer and nearer, its movement sluggish but constant. Didier.
Wait, for real?
Crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch, coming from the delirious ventral phantom's mouth, proves far more distressful for Morgana than me.
Oh, hold on. What's Dee doing here?
Please come to your senses, Didier. I know it's you. Judgment, crucifixion, execution.
No, I'm not. I'm not a witch.
The night is partially occluded by the dark, writhing miasma enveloping him, but he bears the same muscular build as the Didier I knew in life, and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. Didier, this is not how I had hoped our reunion would go, Didier. Why, after so very long, is this how the three of us find each other again? Images flashed through my mind. The day I left the Bollinger estate, when Didier promised me we would one day meet again. Then each giving me a hug before I climbed into the carriage. First Didier, then Georges. Is this my fault? Is he here because I wish to be reunited with my brothers? Is this the way fate chose to grant that wish? Burn the witch.
Ah, well, look at that. Guess I'm not your only blockheaded brother, huh?
Georges.
Before you get any bright ideas, Michelle. It's not your fault our long-awaited family reunion didn't go quite as planned. Just like me, Dee cursed himself. Only it seems his was a whole lot more powerful. God, I really didn't pay a lick of attention either of you, did I?
The unclean witch must be purified from this world. It is my duty.
Hey, Dee. Are you in there? I shoved a whole lot of crap on your plate. Keeping up the family name, taking care of Mom. Just about everything I could leave to you, I did.
I must uphold the honor of the family name.
And then, when it was all over, I blamed you. For killing our little brother. I was convinced that you could do anything. That you were stronger than anyone.
Crucify the witch.
I'm sorry, Dee.
Burn the witch. He continues his plodding march forward, seemingly unaffected. It's impossible to tell if Georges' words are getting through to him. Stop, Didier, please. And my words don't seem to be either. Didier! He's closing in on us, and we're running out of space to retreat.
Alright, Dee. That's how it's gotta be. But just this once, okay?
The night takes another heavy, merciless step towards us. The exit's right there. her backed up against the wall. The end was almost within her grasp, but it seemed so hopelessly far away now. Please, Didier, don't do this. I know you don't actually want to hurt anyone. Didier! The knight raises his sword, thrusting it forward with a sharp whoosh. Death! But then, breaking free from my grasp, the painting leaps into the air.
I'm really sorry. You got stuck with a pair of dolts for brothers.
Georges! The next second, my eldest brother's blade pierces Georges. Georges! Georges! His form wavers momentarily before fading into the darkness, his voice lingering behind.
Don't worry about me, Michelle. I got my share of redemption already. I know we can be a bit of a pain, but do for Dee what you did for me, would ya? Now go on, call out to him. Suck in a big old breath, and call out to our brother with everything you got.
Georges! It is my duty to punish the impure. To uphold the Volunteer name. Didier! Despite having already stabbed Georges, the knight continues his march, blade pointed straight at me. I clench my teeth and glare at my oldest brother. Running is out of the question. This doesn't have to go on any longer. It is my duty as the eldest son. You deserve to be freed from your bonds as well. Be gone from this world. Didier! I shout his name with every ounce of air in my lungs. His eyes go wide, and his blade swerves off course, missing my heart. And piercing my gut instead. Didier, it's okay. You can let go now. It's not your responsibility anymore. You have no duty to anything anymore. Didier! I reach a hand out for my brother. Blood spills from the hole in my abdomen in rhythmic spurts, and I can feel something hot rising in my throat. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop my hand crawling through the air toward him. He's my brother. I have to do whatever I can for him. Free him. Bring him back. Didier, there's nothing here. In need of your judgment. With shaking fingers, I clasp my brother's arm. I squeeze, holding on with what vigor remains, and give another shout. Look me in the eyes, Didier. Please, hear my voice. Hear your brother's voice. I can't stand to lose anyone else. If you don't come back to your senses, then Georges' sacrifice will have been in vain. It's time for you to break free. For all three of us to be free of the curses we placed on ourselves. Didier, please. I hear a sound that's somewhere between a grunt and a gasp. My vision's gone blurry, so I blink hard several times, clearing my eyes to get a better look at him. Didier. I see his face, twisted in anguish. Michelle. Didier. Oh, thank goodness. You heard my voice. Did I do this to you, Misha? It's nothing. I've made the same terrible mistake once more. Didier, I caused you harm, attempted to take your life. It's all right, Didier. Michel, release yourself from the chains that bind you. But those aren't your duties anymore. You don't have to protect the family name or uphold the Order's standards. You can do as you wish. Punish me for my wrongdoing. Please, Michel. Punish me. Didier, cast judgment upon me. It's all in the past. Judgment is not necessary for anyone. That doesn't change what I did. I killed you. I hanged you from a cross. I must be made to pay for my sins. Punish me, Michel. And I implore you. Didier, I think I know now why you never removed your helm that day. Why you remained silent for the whole ordeal. Michel, you were crying, weren't you? Weeping for me. Your tears are atonement enough for me. Michel, you bore a great deal of responsibility in life. As the Boulangers' firstborn, you were obligated to protect the family's honor. And as a knight of the church, you were tasked with the duty of my execution. You had no other choice. I sincerely believe there was nothing else you could have done. I bear no grudge against you. No resentment for the decisions you were forced to make. And I certainly don't curse you. It's just, forget it all. It's long over and done. Still, it was a mistake I never should have made. I took the life of the purest soul I know. There is no honor in that. I put protecting the family's life above protecting my actual family. You trusted me. You believed in me to the very end. And I killed you. I knew what I was doing. I knew you weren't cursed. I knew you weren't a witch. I knew you weren't a demon child. You were never unclean. You're my brother. Your family. And I robbed you of your life. There's no one in this world more unfit to be a knight than me. You don't have to be a knight anymore. You don't have to be the Boulangers' firstborn son. Deciding not to wear those labels won't make you any less the brother I always loved. I'm honored to have been born into the same family as you. Michel, there's something I never had the chance to tell you, Didier. All my life, I looked up to you, admired you, and I still do, even now. If there's a next life awaiting us, I hope we can be brothers again, Didier. Would you mind if I wished for that? No, of course not. Please do. And I hope you'll allow me to wish for the same. I love you, Michel. My dear little brother. Upon those words, Didier's phantom begins fading away. A white mist that almost looks like it's made of undulating particles of light rises up around him. Before he's completely enveloped, I catch a glimpse of the tears streaking his cheeks. It's the first time I've ever seen him crying. I attempt to give him a smile in return. But if I were to guess, I'd say it probably looks rather forced. The fact that I'm fighting back tears at the same time certainly isn't doing anything to make it convincing. Before he's completely faded away, I wrap my arms around my brother's shoulders, much like he did for me on the day of my exile. Not as an eternal farewell, but as a promise that we'll meet again. Didier, Georges, right now, in this moment, I have no regrets about having been born a boulanger. All I have is great pride. So I pray that one day, be it in 10 or 1,000 years from now, the three of us can be reunited. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. I'm just crying everywhere, it's fine. This game is not done punching us in the face, guys. Hardly. If only, but alas.
I've got a number of things going through my mind right now. Morgana. I'm just not sure how to put any of it into words.
Don't worry. Those words say everything.
You can cry if you want. I won't mock you, I promise.
No, I won't cry. I'll save my tears for a rain.
That painting, you didn't have to get itself destroyed.
She was fond of him. He'll be fine, I'm sure. I have faith.
God damn it, Michelle, you just can't have faith in everybody. It doesn't work like that.
And as you know quite well, wishes do come true. Would you mind giving me a hand, Morgana? I'm going to need a little help getting back up. After a moment's pause, she hesitantly extends her fleshless hand. I clasp the bones, and with her aid, pull myself to my feet. Blood spurts from my gut as I do. It's not much in the way of pain, strangely, only creeping exhaustion. I feel like my legs will give out if I so much as give them the chance. Leaning on Morgana, we make our way back to the entrance.
You're not going to disappear, are you?
Don't worry, Morgana. I won't disappear.
All right.
Let's open the door. Together. Bring light into this world of darkness. Move forward. Start anew. Brighter.
Let's.
I take in a deep breath. Look up at the door. My eyes on the future. It's time to open the door. Not to an ending, but the door to a new beginning. Here comes probably the best song in the game, in my humble opinion. May the world that awaits us be filled with light. Immersed in near blinding light, we press onward. It's white in all directions, not the tiniest speck of color to contaminate it. In fact, the concept of direction doesn't seem to exist in this world. Only pure, never-ending white. Actually, no. That's not right, now that I consider it. I was thinking of white as an absence of color. But white, the color, fills this plane.
It's all disappearing. We made the right choice, didn't we?
Yes, this is how it is meant to be.
You're a rather impressive man, I hope you realize. Not only did you free 3 trapped souls, you also saved your brother.
I didn't do any of that alone. Without help, I doubt I would have made it this far. I would have shattered yet again, until nothing was left.
And Giselle gave you that strength?
She did.
So what? You're going to wait here for her?
I am.
In that condition?
I won't let myself disappear before she's made it back.
Do you remember the warning I gave you in the mansion? About how if a soul is damaged and destroyed, it's wholly and utterly erased from existence? Never to return in any shape or form. If you lose much more blood, that's what will happen to you. You'll be erased forever.
Don't worry. I won't let that happen.
You push yourself too hard, Michelle. I feel like you're hurt in some way almost every time I see you. Though I suppose about half of that would be my doing.
You may have caused me some pain, but I also wouldn't be here without you.
What?
I mean it.
If you say so.
Besides, I've practically only ever seen you hurt, too.
I suppose so.
Whatever form your soul may assume in your next life, I'll be praying there's far less pain in it for you.
This is why I'll never get along with you. Always concerned about others. Can I ask you something? If you were to be born again, would you want it to be in a fully male body?
That's what I've always wanted, so yes, I would.
In your next life, if you have one, do you want to see Giselle again?
Absolutely, I do.
And what if you could only have one or the other? Which would you choose?
Do you even need to ask?
No, I suppose not. You know, I'm neither a witch nor a saint, just an ordinary powerless soul now. So my wishes aren't likely to cause any more miracles. But I think I'll wish for something anyway.
For what?
Not telling you. Well, I'll be off then.
All right.
didn't think it would be so difficult to come up with parting words.
You can say whatever you like. The first thing that comes to mind is fine.
Okay? Then I'll say to you the same thing I said to them. Farewell, Michelle. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Farewell, indeed.
If, however, if, by some infinitesimally low chance, we do happen to meet again, would you be my friend?
Absolutely. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I'm not a nice person, you know. I'm nothing like the white-haired girl. I'm sure to be off-putting and rude. To cause you much grief and pain.
Don't worry. I'm resilient enough to handle a little pain without pulling away. You're fine as you are. You don't need to change. So let's meet up in our next lives and become good friends.
Not good friends and not acquaintances either. Just plain friends. Understood?
Understood.
I'm rather looking forward to it. Now, this is goodbye for real. So I suppose I'll part with some characteristic honesty. I'm glad to have had you in my life, Michelle. And thank you for everything.
Morgana,
Farewell.
until our souls cross paths once more. Goodbye, Morgana. It's so quiet. So unbelievably desolate. Giselle, you endured centuries waiting for me to return. I'll wait right here for as long as I must. I can feel the mansion, that gathering place for the departed, fading away. I did it, Giselle. I broke the curse. I cast off the darkness. I saved Morgana. And all the other souls trapped there. I couldn't have done it without you. I miss you, Giselle. All I want is to see your face. To hear your voice, feel your warmth, tell you how much I love your smile. Giselle. I know I said I wouldn't let myself disappear until you came back. And I'm wishing with all my might for my body to hold out. But it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm coming to realize as I grow weaker that the will of one man is nothing in the face of the will of the universe. Where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. I can see right through my hands, Giselle. My lower body is already gone, and the rest of it is following. I hope you'll still be able to find me, even without a body. I've lost my voice now, Giselle. I don't have much left to lose. I'm dissolving into the light. Say my name, Giselle. I want to hear you. Say my name. I'm here, waiting for you. Giselle, am I making it through to you? Even a little? I need you. I can't allow myself to disappear until you've returned.
Michelle. I finally found you. I'm sorry it took so long. Don't worry, Michelle. I know that's you. I'll always be able to recognize you, no matter what. You don't have to be afraid. wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for you, Michelle. A ray of light reached deep into the darkness, all the way down to where I was lost. It was a light more radiant than anything I've ever seen. So much so I couldn't hold back my tears. You fought so very hard. You broke the mansion's curse, released it from the darkness. I was right about you. You are strong, immeasurably so. Can you hear me there, Michelle? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting so long, for letting you deteriorate like this. But thank you. Thank you for waiting. Now it's time for us to return back to our rightful places. So please, Michelle, don't disappear on me. Don't let your soul's flame be extinguished. I beg you, keep holding on. There's still so much I need to tell you. I want to hear your voice. I want to feel your arms around me once more. I don't care when, as long as I can have that someday. So that means I need you to not disappear on me. Michelle. Michelle. I believe in you, Michelle. I believe you are still there. That you're still holding on. So I ask that one day you'll come and take my hand again.
Actually died very young in World War I as well. We'll actually cover that eventually. And same with Nellie, though it was mentioned that she died of illness. God, Pauline was baby. We're gonna hear more about Didi and George in this short story as well. I don't know whose sadistic idea it was to put that little scroll of ages on, but they sure did, huh? I'd like to ask who. Anyway. Well, hello, flaxen-haired boy. Hello? Anybody in there? Classes are about to start, and last I checked, the teacher never came in through the window. Oh, right. Just a second. You've been doing that a lot lately, just staring out the window. You watching for something, or just spacing out? There's this girl who usually is out there around this time every day. Right over there, see her? Ah, that one? Looks like she goes to the junior high a few streets down. That's what I thought. But look at her hair, that flaxen colour. It's almost the exact same colour as mine. I can't get out of my mind. Oh, really? If you're that interested, why not go have a chat sometime? I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Obviously, you've got to go with the old classic. Hey, baby, want to get some ice cream and hang out? That sounds like a great way to get slapped. I'm not trying to pick her up.
You're lying to yourself, man.
No, I don't know. Like, I'm curious, that's all.
And I'm curious what makes your head work, because it sure ain't what everyone else runs on. Now keep moving, it's almost time for class.
Ah, wait, I'm coming. I wonder what her name is. Oh, Rose Street. I never noticed that before. Oh, it's Westminster. They're in Westminster? Is that what that says? Or is it... I think that's what that says, huh?
Hey, did you hear about the new ice cream shop that just opened up down by the bus stop? I did. And I hear the mint is super good, too. Ah, now I want to try it. What do you say? Want to go check it out? Let's go. Get some of that mint with the big old pile of chocolate chips on top. Oh, I know. I'll get a double scoop. Ah, that sounds amazing. I'm going to get a double, too. I bet the line's going to be crazy. We better get going. What is it? There's a cute boy who goes to that school there, and I think we just locked eyes for a second. Oh? What's he look like? A prince? A prince? Seriously? Don't you be making fun of princes now. You're not 9, you're 14. And you still haven't grown out of your fairy tale face? Oh my god! Just you wait. One of these days I'll meet a real prince and you won't be laughing anymore. Like you'd ever be able to get a real prince's attention. Hey, that's not very nice. Jerk, blockhead, meanie. Come on, let's get going. Oh, fine. I'll show you one day. That is my prince.
Wi-Fi. In case you were curious what century it is. We couldn't be luckier to have a talented engineer like yourself assigned to our branch. You give me too much credit, sir. You don't give yourself enough credit. I've seen your record and you come highly recommended from HQ. I've got high hopes for you. The higher your hopes, the greater the fallout when I make a mistake, which frightens me. What you call a mistake is generally referred to as a great accomplishment. I don't think I've ever met anyone as close to the perfect human being as you. I am far, far from perfect. You Japanese really are a humble lot, aren't you? What is it? I thought I just saw a woman I recognized. Ah, we got a lot of tourists from your parts of the world around here. She's not Japanese. No, I must have been imagining it. This is my first time in France, after all.
The art museum! Shopping! How can you take a vacation to France and not want to see the art? We were there all day yesterday. And you agreed before we left today would be a shopping day. That was before I realized just how big it was. Just how many beautiful paintings they had on display. There's no way one day is enough to see it all. One whole day of my vacation bored out of my skull. Not like you can eat the stuff, so what good is it anyway?
I'm somehow both of them.
Please. How about this? We go to a different museum, just no art this time. Huh? What kind of museum if you don't want to look at art? A torture museum. I think I hate you. Lighten up. You telling me you don't want to see centuries of torture devices from all around the world? Absolutely not. And we stick to the plan and go shopping. Oh, have it your way. But you didn't have to be so... Watch out behind you. What? God damn, that hurt. Oh, I'm sorry.
Learn to watch where you're walking, why don't you? And if you're so desperate to make a damn ruckus, go find a cafe somewhere out of the way.
Well, excuse me. I I apologized, didn't I? No need to be such a dickwad.
Have you ever heard of talking, or is yelling the only thing you're capable of? This is why I can't stand tourists. Have some damn consideration for the people who aren't just here to fool around. For the love of God.
The hell's got your panties in a... And he's gone.
That sure was something.
Something is right. Insufferable asshole, more like. Burn in hell, motherfucker.
That said, I feel like we've seen him somewhere before.
Nah, it's just your imagination. Assholes like him come dime a dozen. You know how it goes.
Ah, France. You there, the paper. Good Lord, the stock market is a damn mess. What a nightmare. Tourists don't know how to shut up. French are a bunch of stuck-up snobs. The pizza's awful, nobody knows how to make spaghetti. Oh, you are still Italian, okay. Maybe I should just pack up my bags and forget it all. What the hell is this? An article about the human voice? Scientists are studying the effect behind certain frequencies in the human voice on the brain. Keep this mumbo jumbo out of the paper, my God. Save it for some paranormal science magazine. Back to the stocks page. Ah, damn it, the wind got my hat. What is wrong with today?
I believe this is yours.
Yeah. Thank you.
The pleasure is mine. Have a nice...
Hold on a second.
Yes?
First off, before I say anything, I am not trying to hit on you. Don't get the wrong idea. Now, have we met before?
We have, yes.
When and where?
A long, long time ago. Much too long for you to remember.
Excuse me?
Our paths crossed in a mansion many, many years ago. I'm glad to see that you haven't changed a bit.
I'm not particularly in the mood for jokes and supernatural nonsense today.
I'm quite serious.
One more question. Do we have any shared acquaintances?
We do, yes. Though I could not say whether she is here or not. Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. I, too, am looking for someone. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah. Goodbye.
There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. Over the years, they've grown gradually more distinct. And now, at the age of 21, I remember everything. Were I to tell this to anyone, they would think me mad. So I've kept it to myself my whole life. I remember, many ages ago, there was a mansion. There I met and lost someone dear to me. There, I waited for him to return. I remember all the centuries I spent waiting. And I remember he almost lost his soul trying to save me. I am, once again, waiting for him. I'm making my way to where that mansion once stood. A single red rose in hand. A rose containing all my hopes, my dreams, my love. A prayer that it might one day reach you. Roses make wonderful gifts, after all. I probably sound like I'm out of my mind. Waiting for a man who exists only in my memories. A man who, in my 21 years of life, I've never once even caught a glimpse of. But that doesn't matter. Because I know how how much he means to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will wait. I will trust the memories burned into my soul. I don't know when he'll show up, or even if he will. Maybe we'll never meet in this life. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown old and died. But should that happen, I'll continue waiting for you in my next life. And the one after that, if I have to. I'll always be waiting, no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way, or what form you may assume. I'll wait as long as it takes. Another 100, another 1,000 years. Just promise you'll come back for me. Michelle.
What a game. You know, people are like, this isn't a game. Visual novel can't be a game. Okay, fine. It's an experience. Also, fucking Koshimizu Ami does those Morgana laughs. We love to see it. Love to see it. Also, the other ones did a great job as well. Alice. Monodoof! It feels weird calling you your real name. I'm just gonna call you Monodoof. Everyone did a great job. Such a talented group of people worked on this. Fanbox supporters! Yay! Thank you for making this game! Don't thank me for playing, thank you for making this! Thank you for changing my life! What a fucking game, dude. And thank you Limited Run for releasing physical copies of this game for both the PS4 and the Switch. Put it on the fucking Xbox One? Or the whatever the new one's called. I don't even know anymore. I don't follow Xbox. Yay, we did it! Don't worry. You don't have to wait any longer. Giselle. I'm here for you.
Estou contando os dias que nós passamos. O que você esconde de toda calada, não me deixe somente.
There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. I remember there once stood a mansion here, in which many tragedies took place, in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable, but they are events I never should have forgotten, because amidst all the misfortune, I had attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say. So much I want you to know. But I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to get to all that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle, your smile is the light of my life. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way. Okay, as if they would let them not be together in the end. Like, the first time I played this, I remember being like, no! No! Oh, I love this game so much!
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I ask of thee, O Father, to bestow upon their souls thy blessing.
Let's go again! Let's go again! Oh! Fuck. Wow. What a game. What a game. I feel like every time, sorry. I feel like every time I play this game, like, it tells such an important story to everybody, depending on who you are in life, where you are. And if you're really willing to listen, it tells you something so important. And I almost feel like I don't deserve to be included in this experience, but I'm so glad that I am. I'm so glad that Morgana and Michelle exist. Because there's something so important about the fact that Morgana does not forgive them at the end. She recognizes their guilt and decides to move on so she doesn't hurt herself anymore. But that doesn't mean she has to forgive them, and that's such an important lesson. And then on the flip side, Michelle showing this other perspective of it, and neither is right. Neither is wrong. Neither of them are wrong. It just depends on you and your situation. And some people do things that aren't worth forgiving. They really aren't. And I think that, like, this story does such a good job of showing that. And showing that you don't need to forgive them, but holding on to it in a way can be damaging. So just letting go is the best thing you can do for yourself. That's so much more important than forgiving the other person. Because that's about them, it's not about you at that point. And I think that's really important to recognize that Morgana is 16. She doesn't have the emotional maturity enough to forgive them. It would be wrong if she did. Especially Mel and Yukimasa, because like with Jacopo, it's a little different because she's got that history with him. But with Mel and Yukimasa and the other people involved, she really has no reason to forgive them. She can just let it go. So I want to show everybody a little a little thing real fast. So there's a few things that we've unlocked now. We have lots of endings that are possible. We only got number 8 because I know what I'm doing. I will eventually show all of these. Not right now. The prologue, which we're going to do here in a second, but I want to go over the other things that we've unlocked. So now we have this. Oh, a Requiem for Innocence. Before we hop into a Requiem for Innocence, we're going to do 2 things. Well, technically 3 things. We're going to do the prologue today, and then I'm going to take a break next week. Actually, you know what? No, I can stream next week, I guess. I don't know. We'll see about next week. I am going to take a break during June. And then, if I stream on Monday, it won't be this. I should say that. If I stream on Monday, it will not be Fata Morgana. It will be something random. Maybe 10th anniversary Eve? I don't know. But we'll do the prologue today, as I promised. And then we will do Ascento Delle, which is a great side story and includes a character we haven't met yet, has only been mentioned briefly in passing. Happily Ever After is a cute little scene. It's about, I'm gonna say it's like an hour. Very cute. The question marks we will get to after a Requiem for Innocence. Trust me, it is worth it. It is a 20-minute scene that will rip you a new asshole. We have not unlocked Reincarnation of the short stories yet because we need to finish Requiem. If we go to chapter select, the audio is a little glitched here. But anyway, if you want to play specific chapters over, if you just are really feeling that chapter 3 music, if you know what I mean, you can go back in there. You can even do the intermittent chapters, so like Morgana's backstory with salvage. And then the Revolution, which is that final chapter of the story. The true final chapter, I guess I should say, because final chapter says final chapter, I guess. Anyway, enough chatter. Enough chatter. Now you'll notice, before you beat this game, the start screen is the maid holding out the hand to the rocking chair. And now we have a piece of the art that was at the end with Michelle and Giselle. So let's get into the prologue. The prologue's very funny. I think it's very interesting and just cool. And then we'll be done, because I am burning up. It is so hot in my room. Okay. I think I've said what I wanted to say so far, and everything else will be at the prologue. So, okay, let's go. And you might be like, why are we doing the prologue second? You'll see.
Wake up. Please wake up. Come on. Good morning.
Oh, it's been a while since I've done my main voice. Let's go.
What's the occasion? You never come to wake me up. I was merely concerned for your health. You really should be sleeping in a proper bed. You were concerned about me? You do realize the concept of health bears little meaning for either of us, don't you? Why would I not be concerned? You are me. If something were to cause you to depart this world, the same would happen to me. Ah, right. That's true. It was so long ago I almost forgot I told her she was me. And it would seem she still believes that to be the case. Foolish woman. What kind of herbal tea would you like to start your day with? I have some lovely mint leaves if you would like. They are wonderful for improving one's mood.
It's true, I do love some mint tea.
I have no interest in or need for tea. That is most unfortunate. In that case, perhaps you could tell me a story? A story? You mean the one about Michelle and Giselle again? Yes, that one. I do love that story oh so very much. I, for one, am growing rather tired of it. I've told it to you dozens of times now. Now don't be like that. The best stories never stop being moving, no matter how many times you hear them. It's like I'm talking to a child. All right then, how about this? I'm going to ask you a question, and if you give me an answer I like, I'll tell you the story again.
Oh? What kind of question?
Nothing difficult, I promise. I want to hear your opinion on something. Do you think Giselle and Michel should be reunited?
That is far from a simple question, if I do say so myself. She would certainly be happiest if he were to return, yes. After all, Giselle yearns after Michel so much she takes the name Michel when she is reborn.
That she does. She assumes the same name every single time.
But her namesake, the real Michel, has never once shown up.
No, he has not.
In which case, the more realistic option for her to attain happiness would be to forget about him and stay here in the mansion with me. I could take very good care of her. Provide her with enough happiness to balance out all the tragedy she's had to suffer.
This is brilliant. If only she had any idea how far off the mark she was. You are, Giselle, my dear. Another question, then. If hypothetically you were Giselle, what would you do?
What do you mean?
Would you still want to be reunited with Michel?
If I were Giselle, I imagine I would keep waiting, yes.
For someone who, after hundreds of years, has never showed any signs of returning?
As long as the possibility remains, what is a few hundred years? Waiting is something I do quite well. Furthermore, I have not been through any of what Giselle has, so I would have little reason to give up hope.
I almost want to tell her, to drag her back through all her memories. Michel showing up at the mansion, never realizing who you really are. You unable to bear the disappointment, the betrayal.
Is something the matter?
I think I'll refrain now. I have no particular desire to cause Giselle pain. And I wouldn't want her to break down entirely. She's of no use to me, non-functional.
Also, you have a soft spot for her. Shut up.
Your answer was not entertaining enough, so I won't be telling the story of Giselle and Michel today.
It was not to your satisfaction? That is most unfortunate.
I'm going for a walk. You do whatever you please.
Enjoy yourself. This isn't what I wanted. Tell me, it's not all my fault. Oh God.
Closing your eyes won't make your problems go away. It won't erase your crimes. It won't take you out of this place. It won't make me despise you any less.
Let me go, please. I'm begging you. I feel like I'm going to go mad. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing. I vaguely remember a beautiful rose garden. But those memories just make it worse. I can't stand the sight of this emptiness any longer.
You'd better get used to it, or accept your growing madness, because this is all you'll be seeing for eternity.
It's not my fault. I'm not all my fault.
Repeating that won't make it true. Tell me something, Mel. Who's the girl you cared most about? I presume you've been here long enough that you remember the era of roses. You remember what you said to your dear sister, the girl you once went to such lengths to save? You called her disgusting. You pushed her away. You were a terrible brother and person. I can't stop laughing when someone like you starts going on about how much you care, how important this or that person is to you. Empty, superficial, meaningless words. I love it.
Please, enough.
Brilliant.
I'm so sorry.
You'll never have my forgiveness. Ever. Farewell, my dear.
I feel like Mel is easy to bully. Hi, honey.
I don't think I'll even bother with him today.
That shit makes me laugh. Oh, that's funny. Oh, hey. Well, hello there, if it isn't Morgana. Where you going? How you been? What you up to? Wanna have a little chat? Do you know the time? Hello? Okay, bye.
And I'm definitely not dealing with him. Oh, I see you finally regained the appearance of a man. Your mind doesn't seem to be quite there yet, though. Having trouble moving around, too? Whatever it is you're trying to say, I can't say I much care. I revile you, far more than any of the others. You drained me of my blood, and then you murdered me. You're the worst of them all. Enjoy an eternity of agony. Eventually, the nothingness will become too much for you to bear. The more of yourself you regain, the more of this place will eat away at you. I will say, it was quite amusing seeing someone as heartless as you try to show something resembling care for another human being. You learned your lesson, though, didn't you? Ultimately, you're only capable of causing pain. So long, Lord.
Feels bad. Just feels bad. Oh, back from your walk already?
Not much to see after all. What are you looking out the window for? Come see for yourself. Look, there's a shadow outside. A shadow? It is heading toward the house. I do believe I see white hair, too. It must be her. Oh my, I need to get things prepared to welcome her back. Her? That doesn't make any sense. The mansion isn't in the physical world right now. So how could she be here? Wait, is that? She chose a wonderful time to return. There is no one else here to take her attention. I might be able to convince her to stay with me this time. Perhaps. Giselle's gone so blind. She can't even see that that's not a woman out there. Is that you, Misha? After all these years, you show up actually looking like yourself, without a body of flesh, at this gathering place of souls. I must have her be my master. For I have been waiting so very long. Master? Yes? What about it? You've never once called her that. Oh, I haven't? I cannot say I remember either way. I am going to add a few logs to the fireplace. We would not want the house to be cold when she arrives. You go do that. I don't get it. Why are you showing up now, Michelle, looking like that? And what provoked Giselle to call you master? Well, it doesn't matter either way. Whatever your reasons, you're still frail and powerless. I suppose I'll just watch and see. I'm more than happy to keep you around, as long as you don't look like her. I, too, have been wanting to see you again, Michelle, though not nearly as much as her.
It always feels worse when you know why this is the way, and it feels bad. Okay. Man, we did it. We did it. Feels sad. And now you can see this beautiful art of Morgana's shadow lurking over Michelle here. At first you're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then you're like, oh, it's this guy who shows up in the flashbacks. And then you're like, oh, it's the guy who shows up in Door 4. And then you're like, I love him. Anyway, next week, if I stream at all, it won't be this. So I will be back in July with good old Ascento Delle. And then after that, Requiem for Innocence. Oh man. I hope everyone is ready. You have a month to mentally prepare for the shit show that this is going to be emotionally. I am looking forward to it. In the meantime, please, let's get some more calm music in here. I talk about a couple of things. First of all, thank you so much if you watched this whole thing. Whether I know you or not, it means a lot. This game is very important to me and has really changed me as a person, and I hope it does something for other people too. I know that it has for others out there. I think that's just really magical and special. And I am a Morgana Kinney through and through, so Requiem for Innocence will be very hard for me. But I will do my best. And yeah, just consider supporting the people who make this game. Follow them on Twitter. I got a bunch of their links in the description. Starting a new project. Soundtrack is on Spotify. Now that you've played this main game, none of the album covers are spoilers anymore. And I just hope that if Morgana exists in real life somewhere, that she is just living her best life. And same to most of these characters, honestly, except Aimee. Fuck Aimee, nothing redeemable about that girl. But yeah, I'll see you guys in June with Sonic, and then in July with more of this. Thank you, and till we meet again, when our souls cross paths in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell.